Hello everyone, we just had a huge new console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager for Xbox and PlayStation 5 players, and this one is really exciting because one of my favorite mods of all time is now available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox with the Leader homebrew class by Graphic Fade. Not only that, we also got dynamic extra encounters here, the White Ghost set and some other equipment mods, and we also got a new Subrace with the Witch Elf. And what I like most about the Leader class mod is that you get to control another character from anywhere in the game and make them like your own companion. So this is actually what I think to be the most underrated mod of all time in Baldur's Gate 3, and it's even part of my collection here. And this mod by Graphic Fade has 5 distinct subclasses here between the Warlord, Evangelist, Broker, Empath, and Puppeteer. So for a brief overview of each of these classes, they're going to use the motivational charges, for example, to increase the attacks that a companion can make by 1 here by using the battle command. The Evangelist here gets motivational speech, which can boost up temporary hit points. The Broker can reach through and grab some gold, and they also get some exploit leverage, like sneak attack style attacks. The Empath, more so a psychic based caster type class. And the Puppeteer is all about bending influence, and it gets a selection of different cantrips as well. So I'll be taking you through this class quickly because I think this is one of the most interesting ones that's available in the mod manager. Level 2 gives us a passive feature here, so whenever we do end up spending our motivational charges, we get either a bonus to our attacks and increase in movement speed. These will scale up at level 6, 11, and 17. Controlled Fury will give you additional force damage on your attacks, and Vicious Determination will give you temporary hit points. What's great about this is you're going to be expending motivational charges to use this class. Level 3 is the main component of this class, though, the Loyal Companion. So this allows you to control any character, non-boss, like boss enemies obviously are excluded, as anything that could mess with the story's plot will not be included with this. But I'll show you what this looks like. You can take over anyone, they get the attacks that they normally would have access to. It is one of the coolest concepts as a, if you like Pokemon and things like that, you can kind of think of it like you're capturing them to have them as your companion. So it can be like actual like humanoid type enemies, or you can do this on like a wood mode or imps, you name it. You got a lot of options here. Just to demonstrate here, we will use this on this target here. It has to be an enemy type attacker here, and then you can see Unwavering Devotion, and they're now listed under me as a summon type follower. So you are now the leader of this character, which is amazing because you can then use them to use any of their attacks. So this is cool because certain enemies will have unique attacks that are only accessible to that character. So they also get things like the companion stealth to help out with just navigation. So yeah, with this character, it's now on my side. It's so cool. Oh, and one of the other mods is actually happening right now, but once you clear out a combat, you're gonna see that you now have them as your loyal companion. So they have all the normal benefits that they would normally have. I think that this is so cool. And this is a fully fledged class mod, so you have a bunch of different benefits as you continue to level up. I'm not going to go over everything in the interest of time, but I would highly recommend checking out this class mod. I think it's the coolest one that's available on console now because you just have so much freedom in what you're able to do with this, and it has full level 20 support. Made by Graphic Fade, assisted by DD Whale, and even Incognito Burrito helped out with this, so there's a lot of the Baldur's Gate 3 community that put into this mod. Now to follow this up with another incredible Graphic Fade mod, we have the Dynamic Extra Encounters mod here, which you would have saw just a moment ago when that enemy popped up. Basically what this does is it allows you to have some of the most randomized encounters. Think of it like if you've played games like Fallout and Skyrim, how when you go and explore, there's random events that can occur. This is kind of similar with this mod because when you do different things, like for example, Buried Terrors, when you dig up a treasure chest, there's an 8% chance to disturb the dead, spawning on a dead enemy right beside you. It also has things like the Marked by the Departed. So if you kill a civilian, there's a 12% chance of them becoming a vengeful spirit, which will give you the Marked by the Departed status in your character. So again, this just changes up the way that combat's going to happen. One of my favorites though is the Elemental Convergence. So whenever you deal more than 50 damage with a specific element in a turn, so like let's say you upcasted a fireball and did a lot of fire damage, you'll spawn a fire elemental. This works for lightning damage spawning in air, acid damage spawning in earth, and cold damage spawning a water elemental. This is an 8% chance, but fire elementals have a 1% spawn chance, and the damage dealt need to be 75 or more. So yeah, I've tested this out. I've showed it in a few videos. It's super cool. The Hunted by Githyanki. Every time you use your Illithid abilities, there's a 20% chance for a Githyanki hunting party to wander in and try to eliminate you. There are also cursed artifacts in this, which is really cool. Displaying specific enemies who have given a 1.5% chance to drop one of 6 cursed items that'll give you a boost to your stats. There's also a 7th cursed item that will drastically raise merchant prices, and there is a cure for this. Now, there is the colors mod. This is not available on console right now, but they actually have a unique appearance to them where these have unique rarities. I love this mod. I hope that this one comes to console as soon as possible because these actually play nice together as the curse items will take on those unique colors. There's even battlefield scavengers, where if you finish a combat encounter after 10 minutes, kobolds will appear and try to take valuables. And there's a lot of them. Like, I could go on and on. You just have to download this one and see for yourself. It is seriously so cool. And a little fun fact, I actually made a full customization infinite combat mod that actually works alongside it. My mod's not on console yet. I have sent it forward for approval, but they do play nice together. So hopefully that'll come, because this mod is seriously so cool. Graphic Fade does a lot of great stuff. Now, one of my favorite games from the last year was Wuchang Fallen Feathers. This is an outfit mod that is pretty heavily inspired by it, and it looks seriously so cool. I love this hat that it has with this as well. It's got this nice cloak and a bunch of different robes here. This is a mod that's made by Scurvy here and now available on console, fully dyeable as well. So we'll also go over quickly the passives here. So you can get dark vision up to 3 meters or 15 meters if you already have it, increase crit chance, and a +2 to attack rolls that are against enemies that have already taken damage. The cloak here, whenever an enemy damages the wearer, you get Wrath, increasing your weapon damage by 1 for each turn. We also have the Ghostly Reinforcement, which will increase with your level and also give you advantage on saving throws, and reduces all incoming damage by 2, and when you're struck by a melee attack, you return 4 piercing damage. I think this is based off your Constitution modifier, so if you have like 20 Constitution, it'd be 5 damage. It also has the White Ghost handwear here, so you can intercept ranged missile attacks, so kind of similar to the Gloves of Missile Snaring, and a +2 to weapon and damage rolls with weapons. And the boots here gives you the ability to move through difficult terrain, and after scoring a critical hit or taking out a hostile creature, your movement speed is restored to its maximum. So, very powerful set. It also comes with some weapons here, the White Ghost Stabbing Short Sword or the Piercing version. So this gives you increased critical hit chance, and when it's in the offhand, it'll also give advantage on attack rolls against slightly or heavily obscured enemies. It also does come with its own weapon attacks here, with the Blade of Unbroken Air, which can push back targets and knock them prone, and the Blade Fury, which lets you attack multiple times. Was a bit surprised to see this on console, but I'm happy it's here for some people that wanted to use this. Next up, we got the Witch Elf Custom Subrace here by Eclipse. So a quick little disclaimer, Subrace mods seem to work fine on console, so we have another one here. So the Witch Elf is a Subrace for the elf. You click on it here and you get different benefits like the Malevolent Lash here doing psychic damage and can mess up their next attack. Subrace features, you get to revel in agony here. Your sadistic rituals taught you to empower yourself through the means of agonizing pain. And when you're under any harmful condition, your attacks or spells deal an additional 1d4 of psychic damage, and you gain advantage on charisma and wisdom saving throws, which is honestly a very powerful passive. You also get Mistress Protection, your utmost loyalty. The Mistress of Darkness gives you resistance to psychic damage, so great against Illithids, and you take half as much damage from those. So yeah, this is a really cool new Subrace mod, and it's definitely worth checking out if you want to try something different. Now next we got the NPC Redesigns Mystra Vanilla Head by Azazel. I love this mod because yeah, this is Mystra now when using this mod. So you got a huge change here based on Mystra's appearance here. So it's not actually this one. There's 2 versions of this mod. It's a little confusing, but it's this version here. And you can see what Mystra looks like normally in this. So a big upgrade there just to make her look like the goddess of magic. And also this is hopefully will come to console at some point as another alternative to this. I love these for like the Baldur's Gate 3 multiverse. So yeah, the NPC Redesigns Mystra Vanilla Head by Azazel. Next up is actually quite a large mod, Granny Rings Immersive here by _SEM. This is a new immersive mod. It says it adds 330 rings. It's actually 357. This opens up so many new build options. It doesn't come in the tutorial chest. They're actually naturally dispersed throughout the world. So you got to go and explore to find these. So let's quickly go through some of the different options here. There's some cool ones. I personally haven't played around too much with the Granny mods just because it is like a staggering amount of new gear to like optimize around. But yeah, a lot of cool new build options. I love different types of mods like this though, because it just allows you to get many new experiences, many new types of builds, and it's just a fun mod in general. Like this ring here creates a psychic explosion in a 6-meter radius when you attack. The Silent Reaper allows you to summon a Reaper, a Ball, in ghost form for 10 turns and unlocks Ball's culling, possibly dealing 1d8 of necrotic and applying Bone Shield for 2 turns. So yeah, you got reactions, you got lots of different stuff with this mod. It's huge and definitely worth checking out. Like here's a huge list of all the different rings. It's insane. There's just so many different things here, so it is worth checking out. Next up, we got Spell Slot ×2 and Feats every 2 levels by Shackle Zero. Now, this is great for those that want to have more spell slots. So it is kind of like a cheat mod, but it keeps it within the realms of the game. So I know a lot of people really do enjoy the Feats every 2 levels. Now, one thing, this only works on vanilla classes, meaning if you're using my subclass mods, it'll work on the Winter Spirit Bard, the Heartsworn Knight Fighter, and the Pizza Chef Monk. So if you use my mods, great. It only will work on those classes though, so like the new leader class that dropped today, it won't work on that. Not that they do have spell slots, but yeah, for feat purposes, that just adds it to those. Next up, we got Free Rain Ritual, Create or Destroy Water by the Fowler Alluve, my favorite weapon in the game. This allows you to call forth rain or water. Basically, you just get it as a ritual. So what's nice about that is outside of combat, it's not going to cost you a spell slot. You can use this to like clean off your party. There's also other mods that can remove blood from your team, but I like this because it's one of my favorite spells now as a ritual. Pretty straightforward. Next up, we got the Infinite Illithid Wisdom Check here by SwissFred57. This just removes the requirement of having a long rest between using any of your special Illithid-based combat or dialogue options, so you now have it an infinite amount of time. And finally, this is a fun one, the Dice Roll Text Replacer by Kobold Juno. So this will change the overall dialogue that pops up whenever you roll your die. So if you don't get the number, skill issue. If you get a critical one, that's rough, buddy. If you get the roll that succeeds, nice. And if you get a critical success, let's go. Again, this is what I think modding is all about. Just add some fun new layers to the game. So yeah, this is a great new mod drop. I am so stoked with the leader class mod and the dynamic extra encounters are here, but lots of great stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is like hundreds of hours of content, 3 new rings to go and find. That's crazy. Have yourself a great day. Hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.